Hi, I'm Alejandro,
And I'm Kevin.
and today we're going to teach you how to make a finger-jointed box and phone stands using laser cutting and acrylic bending.
But before we get to the actual laser cutting and acrylic bending, you'll need to plan out your designs for the box and phone stands.
First, download Adobe Illustrator and go over the tutorials provided by Adobe to get a feel for how Illustrator works.
Once you're comfortable with using basic tools in Adobe Illustrator, you can begin drawing your designs.
For the finger-jointed box, we downloaded a template from prototypinglibrary.com and inserted it into the Illustrator.
Now you're ready to cut your design using the laser cutter. Laser cutters are available in the Pod and the Innovation Collab.
Never use a laser cutter without supervision from a TA or lab technician, and always make sure to ask questions if you need help. Turn the exhaust fan on and then turn the compressed air valve to its vertical position to prepare to laser cut. Log into a computer using the Pod Lab credentials and upload your Illustrator files onto the computer.
Once in Illustrator, go under Swatches, click User Defined, and then click Untitled. Select the red Trotec swatch to cut and the black Trotec swatch to engrave. Then set the cutting vector to 0.072. Hit Print and then go under Preferences to change the laser speed, power, and intensity. Hit Print again when you're ready. Once you're done, don't forget to turn the laser cutter off, switch the exhaust fan off, and turn the compressed air valve to its original horizontal position.
This cardboard cutout was done on its first try, but a few flaws came with it. Not all the tabs, which are the pieces that come out of the flat square piece, came out perfect. The tabs didn't fit perfectly together when constructing the box, but we made it work.
Tab width is how wide these little extensions are. This is very important because if the tab width is too big, the joints won't stay put together when constructed. If the tab width is too small, then it might be too difficult to construct or the design might not even work.
Finger joints are a great tool to use if trying to construct three-dimensional figures such as boxes, rectangular prisms, and other figures that need to be put together without glue or tape. Next, we made a wooden phone stand with living hinges. I planned out my own design in Adobe Illustrator and cut a couple cardboard prototypes using the same techniques as a finger-jointed box before cutting out the wood.
Our wooden phone stand was a little more complicated to make. Multiple tries were required due to the fragile nature of the living hinges and the wood. Living hinges are a great tool to use when one needs to bend wood, but they have to be designed and used in a very specific manner, or else.
When the bend too much or too much force is put on the living hinges, they easily snapped and broke the entire phone stand. We had to create many prototypes in order to find the correct type of living hinge that wouldn't snap as easily. Even after several attempts, our final product still had to be reinforced with duct tape.
Finally, we made another phone stand out of acrylic. I designed my own phone stand in Adobe Illustrator and planned out where on the acrylic sheet things would be cut, engraved, or bent.
Once the design was finalized, a cardboard prototype was cut out first. We then bent the cardboard so that we could use a protractor to measure the angles that we would need to bend the acrylic to. It can be helpful to write down the angle measurements on the cardboard.
Once it was ensured that the design could be replicated in acrylic, the design was cut out of acrylic.
Next, we use the acrylic bender. The acrylic bender works by heating up a metal rod, which you place your acrylic sheet over. As the acrylic heats up, it becomes easy to bend.
Wear protective gloves when working with a bender so that you do not burn your hands during the process.
The acrylic will take several minutes to heat up. You'll know the acrylic is ready to bend when it begins bending by itself, or can test it by bending it slightly with your hands.
Once the acrylic is hot enough to bend, you'll need to work quickly to bend the acrylic to the proper angle before it cools. Use a straight edge and a protractor to help create more precise angles. For 90-degree angles, it can be helpful to use the edge of the table. If you don't get the exact angle that you want, or even bend it in the opposite direction like I did initially, don't worry, just reheat the section and you can bend it back to the desired position without leaving any noticeable flaws. Just repeat the steps of heating and bending until you create your completed phone stand.
In conclusion, laser cutters and acrylic benders are helpful tools to use to make things like phone stands. Laser cutters are quite versatile and allow you to cut and engrave complex designs out of multiple materials like cardboard, wood, and acrylic.
In addition, acrylic benders are useful when you want to create stronger permanent designs that do not require more fragile moving hinges. Now you know how to make phone stands using laser cutting and acrylic bending. Thanks for watching.